Chris from MrPLC, and in this video here we're going to be installing a USB-SC09 cable from plccables.com, and I'll just show you a picture of it. It's actually the one that has the dual heads on it. It's a pretty unique cable because it has the FX port and it also has the A series PLC, and it's the USB-SC09. It's a little bit different than just the plain FX cable, so it uses a different driver as well. I'll go ahead and click on this download USB drivers here, and it'll take us to the download page. And what we need is this driver right here, this CP210X USB to UART bridge, and we're going to download that particular file right there. It's a RS422 driver for the USB-SC09 cable. Okay, so I've already downloaded that into my drivers folder here, and it's actually an exe file. So it's a little bit different than a traditional cable because it has a launcher, and we'll go ahead and launch this this installable. And what that does is it's basically going to install the drivers into the appropriate location on our computer. So we'll just let it go ahead and do that process. We'll walk through, and it's again, all it's doing is it's copying the drivers into the Windows directories, so when we plug the cable into our computer, it'll go ahead and install the driver for it. Okay, so now that we've got the driver pre-loaded on the computer, we can go ahead and plug the cable in, and we should hopefully see the cable appear when we plug it in. So there it says found new hardware, Silicon Labs USB to UART bridge, and it says it's ready to install. So it's a little bit easier to install than maybe the FX cable, the regular FX cable. But again, we need to know what Comport the cable is installed on. So my favorite place, of course, is my computer control panel, and then system, and then hardware and device manager. Okay, so let's take a look at the cable, and we can see that it installed on COM5. Okay, now that is going to be an issue. Now the reason why is because I'm using an older piece of software called FXWin, and let me show you why it's going to be an issue. Now if I go to PLC ports here, you're going to notice that there's only 4 COM ports available. COM 1, 2, 3, or 4. Those are my choices. That's just the way that the software was designed. So we're going to have to change the Windows driver to accommodate that. And how do we do that? Well, we go to Device Manager, we right-click on the cable and go to Properties, and then we go to Port Settings, Advanced, and right here is where we're going to change the COM port assignment. And then we're going to select COM 2. We could choose COM 3 or 4 even though it says in use, and let me explain that before I do that. The reason I know is because the only COM port that's actually in use is COM 1. There is not any other COM port in use, but the reason why it says it's in use is because probably when I installed a previous USB cable, that particular driver was assigned to those COM ports. But in this case we're going to choose COM 2, and then we're going to say OK. And we're going to change the COM port on the computer there in this case. And we'll go ahead and close down Device Manager and make the connection to FXWin now. Now we could go ahead and confirm that, but well, let's just go ahead and do that just to show you guys that. So we'll walk back through it: Hardware, Device Manager, and COM ports, and now it's on COM 2. We'll go ahead and close all that down, and then start the FXWin software, and go to PLC ports, COM 2, 9600 baud, and then we'll go ahead and do a program read. We are using an FX0S brick PLC, so we'll say OK to that, and we're getting information right now. So I have an FX PLC. I don't have an A series PLC to demonstrate that, but at least you can see how that driver works. And then we'll do a monitor here just to go ahead and bring the PLC online. So here we've got a little counter that's counting just to demonstrate that. So anyway, it's a little bit different than some traditional USBs because it has the exe file that you double click and launch, but other than that it should be pretty painless. Just watch your COM ports, make sure they're compatible with any older software such as this FXWin here. But other than that, thanks for watching this video. This is Chris from MrPLC.